Hi family, today I have here Adedoyin Olasanmiju. I don't know if I said it right with my
Yeah, you
Ghanaian
tried.
tag. I tried.
Yeah.
Okay. This gentleman, I recently posted a story about him on my Instagram and loads of people have commented. Then I realized how much people are interested in your topic because it's unusual. First of all, somebody will be willing to share such a story. And then people usually keep such stories, they don't want to share them. But for you, you're bold enough, you've been able to come out with it on your socials. It is inspiring other people that even should you get a ban from the UK Visas and Immigration, it is not the end of the world. So for those who are seeing this gentleman for the first time, I came across his TikTok. I'll leave his TikTok here so you can follow him. And then I saw that he had posted a picture story where he was sharing that he had a ban from the UK Visas and Immigration after he applied for a visa. And fast forward, he was able to complete his master's in the UK. He's graduated even after the ban. Stop that. Without wasting so much time, kindly tell us a bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about how the ban came to place and all of that.
As you all know, my name is Adedoyin Olasanmiju. I'm a Nigerian. I'm based in the UK. I recently finished my master's.
When exactly did you move to the UK?
I came to the UK August 19, 2022. I think exactly the date I was given I can travel. You know, when they approve your visa, they'll tell you, oh, you can only travel 1 month to your resumption. So I traveled exactly that day.
Okay. Was it the very first time you applied for a UK visa that you had a ban? Was it your first time?
Actually, I applied earlier before, like 2019, for a visit visa, which I was refused. Okay. Then immediately after the coronavirus, I was just surfing the internet generally because I never knew anything about UK schooling. I never knew anything about it. So I saw several schools. I applied. University of Stirling in Scotland. I applied. I paid about £7,000 ahead. I did everything I was supposed to do. But in the process of getting my proof of fund, then it was if you're a Nigerian is hearing this, you will know it was a war getting into the bank after the coronavirus. I stayed from 9 a.m. I could not get into the bank till after 3 p.m. And you need for your visa application, you need the bank statement that has a bank stamp. So finally, I got in, and this bank, I will not mention their name, printed the first statement for me. I think their paper was jumping or something. So I printed it twice. He said it's okay that since they're still going to confirm from them, it's not something to worry about. But I still did not take it. I went to another branch. The second day, I got another one. It was the same thing. So now, there was this phone error. They charge phone error SMS charge. Like when you print, when you do anything. So as I was printing, they were charging me phone error for the bank statement. Now, those phone errors now, when they printed this statement on paper, it jumped on each other. Let's say, he printed something and it's laying over each other, but you will know there are two figures there. They are not the same, different narration. So the lady also, after going back and forth, spending hours in bank, they're still going to confirm from them, nevertheless. So I can still use. Okay, I went ahead. I sent it to the school. The school said it was fine, and they gave me cash. I did my visa application.
Let me explain up to this point. For those who are not familiar with the UK student visa application process, usually after you've applied and then the school has granted you, let's say, conditional offer or a place, they need you to show that when you come to the school, you can be able to take care of yourself, and then you have enough funds to, let's say, pay the fees, etc., etc. And then that's where a bank statement comes in. And usually you cannot just print off your phone. They need one that has been stamped and dated by the bank to show that it's legit. After you have submitted all these documents, and let's say you paid part of your fees, then you need what we call certificate of acceptance from the school. If you're coming to work, a certificate of sponsorship, so this gentleman had admission. He was able to pay about £7,000 to the school as past payment, and then now he was supposed to show the bank statement to prove that he had enough funds. So he submitted one to the school. For the school, they had no issue. They did accept it. But then with the bank, as he was printing, there was an issue with the printer. So I think it's not an issue with the bank. It was the printer then. The printer jumped and then at the same line put two sort of things on the same line.
Yeah.
So the £4 deduction from the printing sort of like went on top of another figure.
After paying 7,000, I just collected my money back. I told the school I'm not even interested. They didn't give me my money. I'm tired of all this stress. I know.
Let me just say that this video is proudly sponsored by LEMFI. LEMFI is an international money transfer app, okay, that allows you to send money from the UK, US, and Canada to over 10 different African countries. Talk about Ghana, talk about Nigeria, talk about Benin, Rwanda, Cameroon, and so many other countries, and with no transfer charges, 0 transfer charges. As a matter of fact, if you also use the referral code NANEL, and then you make a first transfer of about £100 or $150 or Canadian dollars, you qualify to get either £10 or as much as $20 or 30 Canadian dollars as a bonus. And remember that no transfer charges, and they have the best rates ever. Thank you, LEMFI, for sponsoring today's video.
And also another school that was very cheap then, University of, I think, Hull, was doing promo. It was almost half of what the school wanted to charge me. I said, whoa, if I'm paying 7,000 to this school, I'm only left with maybe 2,000 something pounds. That's a little good. Let me try it again. Then I tried it again.
So what was the interval? So when you got the refusal,
I got the refusal in January.
In January?
Yeah.
They told you that it was because of the £4 error on the bank statement.
No, the way they wrote it, just like they didn't really say ban. They just wrote it like a refusal. So now when I got it, I checked those according to section. I could not see anything relevant. I keep calling, they will tell me this and this. I just left it alone now. Let it go. So I applied again to another school. Person now gave me a detailed explanation that you have been refused and banned from January. Now,
so the first refusal, they did not tell you were banned. They just said you were refused.
They didn't explicitly state that I was banned. Because if I was banned, then I would have moved ahead to do administrative review. So it wasn't clear to me then. So when they now told me I was banned, banned how? Okay. I went to my bank. The only thing I wanted to just clear my name out. I didn't forge any document. So now what the visa officer was saying now was that place where people jumped, they are not even concerned about that aspect. Even at this point I was tired. If UK, I cannot go to UK. I wish I sit there in my house and continue my life. I went to my bank branch closer to my house. They don't understand what I was saying. All I was telling them was that just give me a letter to tell UKVI I didn't forge any bank statement. I'm not interested in visa anymore. Just give me, because how would I get 10 years back? What say maybe I'm working in an organization and they want to sponsor me to the UK to do a program. How will I start telling them, oh, I committed a fraud, or I don't want that? Just remove it.
You were eager to take that tag of you because these people are going to keep records for God knows how long. And it's going to affect other future visa applications, even the ones that are not to UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You would have to declare, if you are asked in any visa application form, that have you ever been refused a visa, and immediately you say you've been banned because you are suspected of a fraudulent blah blah blah. That's bad. So I'm happy that you did not let it stay like that and you were eager to clear your name. Was the bank receptive?
When you are talking to people, they don't really understand what I was saying. They said the statement was genuine. They even went ahead to show me the mail UKVI sent. They confirmed the statement was confirmed and they responded. So what does UKVI want? Because in the bank letter they said, we contacted your bank and they approved the statement was genuine. But because of our own calculation, we do not feel it is genuine.
Case workers are just some way.
So now branch, they keep telling me the same thing. Or ask me to sit down. I will sit down 2-3 hours. I will get tired. I have other things to do and go home. So I sat down one day and I was just going through, just reading the UK law when it comes to maybe ban. And I saw one place, they said, for you to refuse or ban anybody, one, you've checked all the documents, you are not convinced enough about the documents. It's either you contact the person for an interview for a better explanation, or the party that produced those documents, you contact those parties now to confirm. Now, you can't ban anybody without doing all those things. Now, out of those 3, they assess the document, to them it's not genuine. They contacted my bank said it was genuine. They will have contacted me to say, oh, Mr. What's wrong? Can you print a new statement to see what is happening? If maybe it was just, they didn't, the person refused, the person banned me outrightly. And now I left my branch, I went to their head office in Kofo Abayo. They printed the whole, because they use Finacle system in Nigeria. Finacle just like Oracle and all those things. They printed the whole system. They saw that nothing was wrong. I stayed there from 8 to 4. Nothing was done. Came back on Monday morning again. They said, go and sit down. And I said, no, I'm not having it again. Is it that somebody comes to meet me here? Or I will just scatter the whole place. I don't mind for arresting me. I was just like, I almost going naked just to create scene. Because to me, they don't understand what is wrong with this. They don't understand. Now, this woman, I don't know where this woman came from. She was pregnant. I saw her asking those lady, what is my name? She just called my name, and I felt as if somebody poured water on me. She said, Mr. Man, come follow me to my office. I said, no, you want me to go out of the bank? Then you will now tell me the same thing. They will not allow me enter the bank. No, I am not going. She said, no, just trust me. I work with the legal team. My office is just across the road. I followed her. She took me to her office. I saw lawyers in that office waiting for me. I was scared. They said, no, you don't need to be scared. They collected my refusal letter. Those lawyers now explained the refusal letter to me. Now, I wanted them to just give me a letter saying, oh, I did not forge any document, so I printed it from there. Then I said, no, because this forged document is not forged. They've confirmed it for us. We've confirmed that it was legit. Now, they now said they will send me bank. They will give me a letter the next day through my bank manager, where the branch where I printed the. I said, okay, fine. They picked the phone, they searched they have their list of managers, they contacted from their voice. If you phone on speaker, I know the manager because I've always been going there. Say, oh, we are sending this gentleman to your office. We will draft a letter tonight, we'll send it to you, print it for him, stamp it, and he will come get it the next morning. The lady told me if I want to go, I can go to the branch to confirm from the man when I should come the next day. She gave me a card, like a work card where she has her details and contact her for any reason I want. At 6 a.m. in the morning, the woman called me that the letter is ready for you to be picked up. I said, 6 a.m. So I should go. The manager is there already. I got the letter. They explained it very well in the letter. Oh, if UKVI needed more explanation originally, when they contacted them, they should have asked instead of making them look stupid in the presence of their customer. Because you don't know how it works in the bank. Now, if you don't know, you message them to verify, and they verified it for you. Or do you think somebody that is verifying it in the bank is just one riffraff or somebody that doesn't know anything? So they gave me that letter. I also wrote my own piece of letter, maybe 4-5 lines, explaining this and this, why I didn't really understand what happened in the first place. I did an executive review around June, thereabout. I didn't get any response till October 4.
Wow.
About 90 something, I think 94, 95 days after. At that point, school has resumed because school resumed in September. School was already telling me to pay deposit, like enrollment fee. How do I pay enrollment fee when I don't even know if I'm coming or not? The school was very good. They keep calling me, how am I feeling? How is my mental health? I hope I'm not thinking about anything. Do I need any legal advice from them? And before that, I was looking for lawyers. I called too many lawyers in the UK because most of the lawyers in my country don't really since they did not practice outside Nigeria or the UK, they don't really know. Yeah. I'm looking for a lawyer, then they will tell me, oh, consultation fee is £300 for them to first hear my story. And after that, they will not know how much they're going to charge me. Why? Just to hear my story, £300. Let me just sort my thing my own way. So the school was always calling me on Zoom, telling me, don't worry, it will be sorted, this and this, they know it's an error. They keep telling me. So previously, they called me to defy my admission. I said, no, I'm not defying the admission. So if I defy the admission now, I will need to wait another year again. No. I was just in my house one day, after like maybe 3 days after the lady called me to defy. I just sent her mail. Oh, I will defy the admission. I have called them. They keep telling me, what's my visa ID? You know, when you apply for visa, you have visa application ID. But because mine is not a visa application, it's an administrative review, they cannot say because it's an independent body that is now. Yeah. The independent body is not looking at the new document I have submitted. They are only looking at the first document I have submitted. If there was an error that the visa officer made, they will overcome
at this point, some people don't know even what administrative review is. So let me just quickly explain. So usually when you apply for a certain type of UK visas, and then let's say you are refused, meanwhile you know very well that you are not supposed to be refused. Everything is legit, blah blah blah. Sometimes they give you several options that you go for administrative review. Sometimes they say judicial review, blah blah blah. When you choose to do the administrative review, they are going to review everything again to see if there was an error made and whatever, and then correct that error. So in his case, After he was refused, he was given that option. So that's what he chose. For those who don't know, it's administrative review free.
I remember, but you have to pay.
That's what he did. And then he's saying that it took about 94 days for them to respond back to him after the review. And during that time, the school had already opened, and there was also pressuring him to either defer the course, let them know whether he's coming or not.
So after I've done that, I sent mail to the school that I will defer the admission.
Oh.
No problem, I'll wait. There's no problem. I've waited since January till now. Nothing has happened. I will defer. Out of the blue, I was just in my home that morning. UKVI used to send me several mail, survey, fill this survey. I like get out and make it. I said it survey. I keep calling you guys every day. What was the update? They will tell me they don't have any updates. So they said I went to go and make most of the parliament. I went on Twitter. I sent them direct mail. This and this. I didn't get any response from anybody. Well, they have to come again with their story. I'm not just, let me even go and go back. After like few, maybe minutes, 45 minutes, let me go and check the rubbish. Let me go and delete it. I just viewed it. And I saw attachment. And I went back. Attachment. After I saw that, your visa review has been successful.
Wow.
This and this. I've said so many things that the visa officer will contact me to request for my passport, to request for my TB certificate. I was happy. I mailed the school. I'm not defining my admission again. I'm resuming. I will resume. The lady now called me. She called me directly from the UK. That one thing is to get your administrative review successful. The other thing, it can take another 18 weeks to get passport back to me with stamp. I was shocked. I said, nevertheless, it's not. I tried it. I tried this one. It worked out. I will still try it. No problem. I went ahead. I submitted my passport to TLS. I thank God that period my TB test was not up to 6 months yet. Yes. So I submitted it again after like a few days. They were asking me for proof of fund again. The proof of fund I submitted in the first application, where the application what led me to this certificate review, that's what will be used. You will not tell me I will leave my money around in one account where it depreciates. I will just be looking at it like that. No, I have other things to use my money for.
That was bold.
From at that point, I don't even care, because as long as my visa has been overturned, ban has been removed. Even if I don't go again, I don't mind. And now, from October, November, December, January, February, I did not hear anything. Passport, I did not see. Visa, I did not see.
Meanwhile, your colleagues have started the program already. They are halfway.
February, I keep mailing this school. I keep going to TLS. They asked me that I should write my number. I should call this number. I will call the number. It was an automated number.
What? This is so stressful.
I went to British Embassy in Lagos. Maybe my passport got missing. I got there. The security people at the door said, it's not, this place is not for visitors, or if you don't have appointment here, there's nothing you can do. I went back home. I keep going to TLS. I kept going every day. So the school just mailed me that they will tell UKVI to return my passport back to me. People who had the same issue with mine, let's say for instance, my school had admission was September. If the school had maybe January intake or May intake, in that process, UKVI will withhold their passport, then now give them the visa towards that time where the school has other intake. They will now ask them to tell the school to give them updated offer letter where it comes with that certain time, so they can issue the visa at that point. But mine was still September, so you don't have to hold my passport till September next year. Then without communicating to me that, this is where you get your passport from. The school got in touch with them, they returned my passport. And I did again.
So when they gave the passport to you, there was no visa?
No. Because at that point I was worried. What's the essence of me now waiting 94 days? Then I'm waiting another 3-4 months again. For what? No. Because one, my IHS fee, everything is still intact, so I don't need to spend any money. Just my proof of fund and maybe some little funds I'll need for that period. School told me I should go back on Friday, that my passport should be there, that they'll be speaking to them. I returned the passport, I got the passport. Then I started the process again. I got a new card. I did my application. The process of application, I was really scared. What will happen this time? Luckily for me, after 15 working days, my visa came out. I was happy. Started packing my bag and everything I needed to pack.
You think that being from Nigeria was part of the whole issue? Because you don't think so.
No. I don't think it was because of from Nigeria. You know, everybody's case circumstances is unique. Every teacher I went, I got my passport, I got my visa now, to resume. I got to the UK, Heathrow. Yeah, I think we were two in the plane that was coming to that particular school that same day. The guys went separate. I went to my home. Visa officer asked me. First, they asked me that, "Oh, where are you going?" I asked them, "I'm coming to school. I'm coming for my master's." Have you been refused visa before? People find them.
Because I think they can see it from their screen.
Yes, and I said, "You mean generally to any country or just UK?" He said UK. I said, "I've not been refused. I've been banned, but it was overturned." He said, "Oh, give me your certificate. Give me all your documents. You collected it." Can
you imagine? So they took you inside to ask you further questions.
Yes, she said, "I'm coming. Let me go make fine."
No. If anything at all, you're supposed to apologize for all the trouble they put you through. Because in a way, it's like they made you waste almost one whole year. That year, you could have finished the course in another country.
She waited. She took me, "Oh, stay here. I'm coming with some other people." In my mind, I was like, I will not come this far to now be sent back to Nigeria when I've told everybody I'm going for master's.
This is stressful, Jesus Christ.
I was just composed. I was just following her. She now, after like 20 minutes, I said, "No, why are you following me?" I said, "You gave me a passport. Are you not supposed to ask me, stamp my passport, even if..." Say, "No, you can go." I can go. He said, "Yeah, you can go." Really? I was even there. She should not be asking, maybe something else. They start looking for me later. I said, "I can go, you can go." If you know, then at that point, I feel relieved. Like, what people get within how many years, how many months? It took me almost a year to get it, with stress, with worry, with anxiety.
So at this point, had the school started the next intake?
I resumed exactly 1 month this time to my start of study, because I didn't want any issue whatsoever. The day they said I can travel, that was the day I moved from Nigeria. So I had 1 month in the UK to stay before lecture started.
Oh, okay. So that means you came on time.
Yes.
Honestly, for me, I would have given up. I would not have come. I would have gone to another country. I would have forgotten. Honestly, I had one refusal from the US sometime back. When I hear US, I even get angry after that. Like I told myself. Yeah. And after that, the refusal was in 2016. The next time I applied to US, because I didn't even want to try. Like I hated the country. The next time I applied was 2023. Look at that interval. About 8 years later. Yes. Because I was so like, it's okay, bye. I don't need it. I'll go somewhere else. But for you kept going, traveling to Lagos, to the bank, to this, traveling back.
One thing I used to tell people, when it comes to things like this, I don't want to put my hand in something. Growing up, I've known people who got UK ban 10 years. Even after the 10 years, they will tell you can apply. But they will tell you they don't believe you. They still don't believe you that you will not overstay. So I know the debt that put on their passport and put on their name. So I'm not even ready to go. And as a Nigerian, I won't take no for an answer, no. When I know I'm right.
I think that you people don't give up. Yeah, you put up. And I like the fact that you kept going, like I have said, until you came out victorious. Do you feel like they treated you well?
Even after that, I've traveled to Europe and the likes. I will tell you for a fact. The first day I went to Milan. I was coming back. I was stopped to go and same pattern. He said you don't know what it is.
Administrative review, and you realize that it was an error. Why do you still hold that information on the person's record? Why don't they clear it? Because that means you still be stopped anytime you're entering UK.
Yes. He now said he doesn't know what is there exactly, but his boss checked and said let him go. So now I'm like, okay, problem. The second time I traveled, as soon as I'm approaching.
You sit at one place.
The second time I was traveling, I was approaching the visa officer. I just stood one side. I just told the lady, should I go and sit down for you to go and She just laughed. She said, no worry, I saw it was there. And I told her, why you guys? He said, if I need to, it will be there for the rest of my life. Only if I need to get it out, I need to go to court for them to remove it from my record. It is just the process where, when you have a process, the process is there. I've applied, the ban. It was overturned, but it's still in the process. So for me to remove that part of my life from their record, I need to go to court to fight them to remove it. I know, I'm not going that. I'm not wasting my pounds on that. I think that's I'm holding my BRP. I'm legal in this country. Let them. They can't ask me to go anywhere.
Wow.
But
And I saw your graduation photos. I'm sure on that day you're like, oh God, this wouldn't have been possible if not. So what program did you do?
financial management.
Wow. So now you're still in the UK. I can see a jacket. You. Okay. So are you working at the moment in the UK?
Yes.
Wow. We thank God. It was worth it, right? The whole
It was worth it.
thing, it was worth it.
It was worth it. I just sit down with friends. What if I have not fought it? Where I will just be in Nigeria, just when you have this just sharp brief of your life, and I was banned to go to UK. So how will I start telling people that once in my life I was banned? So that's why I cannot go to the UK now. I thank God. It's one of my proudest moments in life.
You did very well because you made the story so short on the TikTok, because obviously you have 1 minute or whatever minutes to tell the whole story. But now delving into the whole situation, not knowing that it was even more stressful than it looked on TikTok. Wow.
It was stressful to the point where I started having gray hair.
What advice would you give to people for somebody who has also just been refused the visa or has been banned?
Refusal will not give you points where you do administrative review. Just make everything truthful. Don't put in where you doctor bank statement, doctor any document. So I know people that have done it 4, 5, 6 times if you eventually get it. So at that point, just be truthful to yourself. If the requirements, you meet the requirements, get it out. If you don't meet the requirement, don't force it. Wait until you get it, because it is better to wait than you not get things back. You will regret it for the rest of your life.
One thing that gave you the boldness to follow it through, to make sure that you clear the dent on your name, is because you knew that everything was truthful. Yeah. Because imagine for somebody who had, let's say, forged, let's say, something in the bank statement, the person will say, oh God, I've been caught. Now I'll not even move further before it leads to any bigger issue. The person will just relax. But you knew very well that everything was genuine. So now you have the confidence and the boldness to face them. And that also makes them know that, okay, this person is probably also telling the truth and is really eager to come and study. The school is calling us, this person is fighting for the name to be cleared. Okay, so now we believe him. When it comes to visa applications, do not forge things. And another thing is that you make the application yourself. So you knew exactly everything. If you had given it to one connection man somewhere, and the
visa agent.
Do you know that my first visa to the US that was refused, I have no idea what was on the application form. I was just told that, no, at that time I didn't have all this knowledge. I was just told that you have to come to the embassy for an interview tomorrow at this time. When you are asked if you know anybody, they say this. When you are asked, they say that. When you are asked, say this. That's all. And I was put in the queue. I did not know whether the person answered the other questions correctly. So that was my fear for applying again. Now what if now I can't find the person? This has been 8 years. Now if I'm asked again that you said you had 2 children your first time, now you're saying you have no child. How would I explain it? Because I don't even know what the person put in the application. I have no idea. So that also scared, like, what am I going to say? What if they say that my statement now does not tally with my prior one? So I was really, really worried. So I think sometimes this application, if you can read and write, is not difficult.
It's not difficult.
Issue. It's not difficult. So as much as possible, be involved in the application. This gentleman knew from the beginning everywhere, every answer to any question he had put. And if you had been called for an interview, you would have been able to defend everything that you had written. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best in all your other visa applications, because I know that you like to try. You've already been to Milan and wherever. All the best.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right.